Bears football is back. What a game. We saw some big time touchdowns, more than a handful of sacks, a couple of turnovers, goal line stops, and more. A back and forth showdown that ended up in a tie game. It even had a Cairo Santos 57-yard field goal. However, the game would end in a 24-24 tie as Austin Reed and the Bears offense were unable to capitalize on a final opportunity to win the game. We had some big showings from a few of the younger guys on this roster. I want to talk about everything you need to know from the Bears vs. Dolphins preseason action. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Austin Booker went off. Austin Booker went off. The young defensive end demonstrated the talent that led Ryan Poles to trade up for him in last year's draft. Booker is a 22-year-old pass rusher entering his second year in the NFL. He flashed some potential last year with 1.5 sacks, but he doubled that alone in just one game today against the Dolphins, recording 3 total sacks, over a handful of pressures, and a forced fumble in this game. Booker was nearly unblockable. And he was in the backfield all day long against these Dolphins backups. Our second year pass rusher was easily the player of the game. Hopefully, this is something he can build on and end up having a breakout type of year. We could definitely use another pass rusher opposite of Montez Sweat, and Booker's game was really encouraging for this defense. Other guys who stood out on the defensive side of the ball, Noah Sewell had an awesome game. He recorded 2 big-time stops on the Dolphins' opening drive, and this was while the starters were still in the game. Noah didn't play too long, but his impact was felt when he was on the field as the Bears' second-string defense held up against the Dolphins' starters, keeping them out of the end zone. The first drive ended with Noah Sewell making a big tackle for loss on 4th and goal. Another defender that really stood out today was pass rusher Dominique Robinson. He flashed his power and explosiveness. He looked noticeably bigger than he was last year. Dom Rob recorded a sack and multiple pressures. Another guy on that defensive line stood out as well. Zacch Pickens looked noticeably quicker than he did last year. He recorded a couple of pressures, 1 sack, and a tackle for loss, and he almost had a second sack as well. Pickens had a good game. Also on defense, Terrell Smith was awesome too. He was locking guys down in coverage, and he almost came away with a pick 6, but he ended up dropping the ball. He just couldn't hold on to it, but T. Smitty looked good. Another corner that had a really nice game was Josh Blackwell. He broke up multiple passes, and he showcased solid coverage skills. And then there's a couple of other defenders that I at least wanted to mention. Linebacker Power Eccles. He had a big stop at the goal line, and he also recovered a fumble on Booker's strip sack. A good day for Eccles. And finally, UDFA defensive end Jamry Cromah also flashed his potential on a couple of reps. I would love to see more from him, and UDFA Xavier Carlton deflected one of the last passes in the game. You love to see it from these young undrafted guys. Even safety Alex Cook came up with a big play. He recorded a sack late in the 4th quarter. That play gave the Bears the ball back with 26 seconds left to go, in good field position and a chance to win this game. Unfortunately, they weren't able to capitalize, but the Bears' defense overall looked great under Dennis Allen. Even with no starters playing today, Allen's defense still dialed up blitzes, and they were able to get pressure on the Dolphins' quarterbacks all game long, an encouraging sign for our defense. On offense, one thing we saw was Ben Johnson's aggressiveness, and his willingness to go for it on 4th down was on full display. Ben Johnson was aggressive and went for it on 4 separate 4th down play calls, including twice in the final 2 minutes of this game. The Bears were in field goal range with a chance to take the lead at the end of this game, but instead they went for it on 4th down. Austin Reed would throw the ball up for grabs and it would fall incomplete. How aggressive will Ben Johnson be during the regular season? That is one of my biggest questions right now. As far as the standouts on offense, Tyson Bagent had an up and down performance. He was 13 for 19 for 103 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and he was also sacked 2 times. Another thing I noticed was Bajent had a wide open Luther Burden in the end zone, but he did not throw the ball to him. He checked the ball down instead. I don't know if he saw Luther wide open in the end zone. Speaking of Luther Burden, though, he made a great debut today. He caught 2 passes for 29 yards, a 16 and 13-yard catch, picking up a key first down on a scoring drive. He was also wide open in the end zone. Another rookie I have to talk about is Kyle Monungai. He looked really solid today. He ran the ball hard, 6 carries for 30 yards, and he had the longest run of the game, a 13-yard scamper. But Monungai looked powerful and explosive, and he also showed off some skills in pass protection as well. Rookie Colston Loveland made his debut as well. He had 2 targets and caught 1 pass for 8 yards. Nothing to really write home about, but he did get his feet wet. At left tackle, Braxton Jones started this game, and he ended up getting a lot of work. I will be going back and studying the All 22 film to get a better feel of how Ozzie and Braxton really performed. But at first glance, though, Braxton did look pretty solid. He was not perfect. He definitely got bull rushed a couple of times, but it was encouraging to see him out there. Ozzie Trapillo, meanwhile, came into the game later, and I really liked what I saw from the rookie. Obviously, you can't study film during a live game, but I tried to watch Ozzie on almost every snap he played. This is a guy who always competes, and he didn't seem to lose many reps. UDFA Theo Benedict also got some reps at left tackle. Interestingly enough, though, I saw both Braxton and Theo Benedict getting bull rushed into the pocket, but I did not see that happen to Ozzie Trapillo. Something to keep an eye on. A couple of other guys who stood out late in this one, Ian Wheeler made his return from a torn ACL. He would drop a pass, but he also broke free for a TD run. That was great to see. The TD was called back due to a penalty, but the Bears would get it back on the very next play. A Case Keenum throw to the end zone for UDFA Jade Walker. Another undrafted guy would catch the TD and give the Bears the lead late in this game. Overall, it was great to have Bears football back. Even without the starters, I had a great time watching this game. Unfortunately, it ended in a tie. I always root for the Bears to win, but honestly, the outcome of this one did not really matter much to me today. I was looking for some positive signs from the younger guys on this roster, and in my opinion, I think we had plenty of them. Austin Booker and Kyle Monungai are my 2 standout performers for this game. If you guys watch this game, let me know in the comments and give me your thoughts as well. Also, comment bear down if you're excited to see how this team takes the field in 2025. As always, I appreciate everyone who watches. Please remember to hit that like button for me. Stay tuned. And until next time, bear down.